Hi, ladies. It is pretty early in the afternoon here. I am having my afternoon tea and drinking water and minding my business. I thought I would come to you and just give you a little chat. I am working on some content. I'm going to talk about Paris. I'm going to talk about some things I've picked up. We'll talk a little bit about fashion and some of the items I'm loving. So I'll do some, on camera videos for you guys. I want to thank everyone who took the time to leave me a comment. I've been trying to respond to you all. You ladies are hilarious. It's been an interesting 2 days. I want to talk about, trying to be the favorite girl. And I think that this is something that affects younger women even more than some older women. But, I've been talking about emotional damage on my Instagram pages and also in my Wifey for Lifey group. The emotional damage that's done in childhood from dysfunctional families, from either being teased or bullied in school, or just dealing with, some of our personal issues can cause a lot of emotional damage. And competition is something that is needed in our lives to get our educations, to thrive, to do more things. And that is masculine energy. And I'm going to do a separate video about, the female femininity caricature that people make up about being feminine. Because as women, we do have to use our masculine energy appropriately at times. Appropriately. We don't want to go off the ledge with it. But I want to talk about this thing I'm seeing in society today with trying to be the favorite girl. And I talked to you about how sometimes, I'm referred to as a PickMe because I'm traditional. I believe in traditional marriage and all of the aspects that come really from my faith, But I also don't believe that women have to be traditional. That's none of my business. It's just that my platform is not for you. And I did a post on my community tab, and I talked about how, this page is not for everyone. If you're someone that doesn't, want to talk about morals and values and the fact that we can represent ourselves respectfully and continue to grow and continue to elevate and continue to level up, then this is not the page for you. If you're someone that hates God, if you hate any topics dealing with femininity and fashion and lifestyle and travel and living a life that's very abundant, this is not going to be the page for you because that's the trajectory that I'm on. So I want to talk about why women compete with other women and their tactics and why they choose to do this. The truth of the matter is a lot of women are just really insecure. When a woman becomes aware of another woman's power, whether that be her beauty, her talent, her personality, the things that she's able to accomplish in life, there are a few choices that she can make there. She can admire them, she can try to copy them, or she can try to envy the traits of that woman. So I've worked with women for many, many years. I started here with fashion, started becoming very successful in that realm in the area of plus size blogging. I kind of moved away from that because I really wanted to elevate and grow and develop. I left my career. I moved abroad. I started traveling. I started doing other business ventures. My husband started doing other things in addition to his career. And it's just been this huge growth process. But women who admire strength in other women can only do this because they know what's required to develop that strength. They know that in order to be brilliant in anything, whether it's our relationships or career, that we have to make purposeful decisions and a commitment to self-improvement. And, we all have different struggles. What my struggle is may not be what your struggle is. But one thing I'm not going to do is waste time on things that are not going to help me elevate. And I think I need to be clear and say this page is for a more refined, traditional woman that has a strong hold of who she is not completely male identified, and does not exude this extreme pick-me energy, I think women should support women in theory, but I'm a realist. I know that sisterhood does not exist in its entirety, like as a whole. There are pockets of us that have strong women in our lives, and I am one of these women. I have women that I really love and I really respect and I really adore. And I have a strong unit with my family. I have a strong unit with other women who are like-minded. And so this page is not for everyone, and I'm not going to apologize for that. If you're not trying to be a whole, moral, sound, abundant woman, you're not going to like my content. And I wish you well on your journey. So a lot of women, they create a false version of who they are in order to mask a lot of emotional damage and to create a false version of themselves instead of really being reflective. And imagine the energy it takes to hardcore focus in on bullying, and instead of logically being able to express yourself, imagine the energy and anger and hatred for oneself that it must take to do that. And so I want to talk about how the women that envy other women and their success and their relationships and their life, they're kind of seeing it as my light is being dimmed. They're seeing the sparkle of another diamond and it drives them to want to be better. But that's not why we should be trying to be better, because we all bring very unique things to this world, whether it's our beauty, whether it is our personal style, our sense of humor. And envy is a dangerous thing because it leads to a very dark hole that can only be filled, in my personal experience, from spirituality and working on that, because we're all really like a work in process, right? So these women are in pain and they feel as though if I can be the favorite, if I can be lusted after, if I could be praised, if I can tear down other people without offering help, then I have proven my worthiness. And it's really sad. It really is. So that insecurity in women is why they are always trying to be the favorite. Your focus should be on the men in your life that are doing right by you. Any man that you would deem as unworthy or dusty, that's a trendy term that we all, laugh at or whatever. I mean, that shouldn't even matter to you, Same for the way men view the world. My husband, he's very, very self-driven, and he really doesn't care what other men think. He doesn't care about what people have to say about his life choices. He cares about his character, being a respectful man, being helpful, being skillful, being productive, being loving, being kind, being strong, being masculine. And he doesn't really worry about what other people think, because he can stand on his own 2 feet. And I find that so inspirational. And I think we can take that same energy as women. We're not focusing on who we don't like. We're not focusing on bullying. We're not focusing on things that are beneath us, So another reason, women will try to be the favorite, it's very pick me energy, is they believe that life is not abundant. Recently with this dust up from YouTube, I noticed that people don't think life is abundant. Like, they don't think that they can reach the deep desires of their hearts. Now, I will tell you that our hearts do need to align with God. And for me, it must align with that Bible. But a lot of people don't really read the Bible. They don't really understand the Bible. My father is a minister, and I often go to him with questions and things I don't understand. And until I really started like diving into certain things, I didn't understand certain things. And there's some things I still don't understand. And that's okay, because my faith is strong and I've seen what God has been able to do in my life and what he's currently doing. And I'm able to work through and process some of the areas of my life that need to be worked on. And so I'm thankful. I'm thankful for where I am in the process. And I think that's important, because women who are not thankful of where they are in the process, they don't believe life is abundant. They believe they have to tear you down in order to rise. Another thing that I'm noticing about women who must be the favorite is, a belief that they must dominate others. They love to dominate, or in their mind thinking they are dominating. And this is very masculine energy. Sometimes we need that dominant energy to do our jobs and to thrive, to work with children. I work with children for many years. You need to be able to discipline and, be a little more assertive in certain aspects or certain careers that you may be a part of, or, to protect yourself, so sometimes feminine women must enter a more dominant disposition, but not the dominance of I'm better than you and let me find all your flaws and pick them out and not help you. It's really sad. Women often believe that in order to move forward, they have to conquer others, when in reality, we're just conquering ourselves, and then we're giving that back. Success isn't the domination of others. It isn't, oh, let me give all this pick-me energy. Let me agree with everything men say. Let me agree with any talking point that's out there. I will do anything. I will do anything to be accepted. And I will use your negativity, and I will take that and I will use it to try to hurt other people. Because the only person you can control and trust sometimes is you and your spiritual source. So a lot of these women that haven't achieved much in life, they will try to use dominance, hatred, evilness, wickedness. And you should just be mindful of that. The last thing that these pick-me's do is they have an unhealthy need to be accepted by others, because that's truly what pick-me energy is. It's, I must be accepted by people, and I will do odd things to be accepted. I will take my clothes off on the internet. I'll twerk on the internet. I will, do anything to get attention. If that's acting ratchet, if that's, completely being unaware of how you look to others, if that's, cursing people out and dragging them for filth because you're so insecure, then that just shows that, you have an unhealthy need to be accepted by others. And this is an area with men that a lot of women do. They're so damaged that the need for male attention and validation will have them having sex with these men that don't love them, don't want to be with them, don't want to start families. They will have to date for years upon years. No man is able to see the true value in them, because they know that the woman doesn't value themselves. It takes more than just our education, our beauty, our intelligence, makeup, all of the things that we try to find joy in. But really what we're all looking for is love, healthy relationships, bonding, security. And if you did not have that in your life, if your mother didn't pour into you, if your father didn't pour into you, if you don't have a strong family unit, you may have to seek that outside through your mentors, through coaching, and through faith-based counseling. And, I talk about that, the importance of faith-based counseling, because I don't feel we can truly elevate without that spirituality that is required. And we must reflect on how we grew up, what society says, and why we believe the things that we believe. So, you can't want something so bad to where you have an unhealthy need to be accepted. Whether that's for men, you should not have to do squats and splits and backflips to get a man to do right by you. Like, we don't have to earn a man's love. A man freely gives that to us. So we don't have to try to follow this city girl culture, this thought culture to impress men. That's truly what being male identified is. You don't know who you are as a woman. And if you have to smut yourself out, it's showing that, oh, I must smut myself out so that I can get attention. So dealing with competitive women is just one of the things that you will face in your journey of elevation. You're going to see that women they think they're in competition with you, but you're not in competition with them. So it's very sad to see this. And I wanted to come and, get these thoughts out. So just keep that in mind whenever you are seeing a woman who must be the favorite. They're everywhere, they're everywhere. It's like an outbreak, So before I go, I want to talk about female intersexual competition. And this is competition between women over a potential mate. And I was looking at a study online that I came across, and I was thinking about how this really relates to some women that you will find in your real life and online, and how they internalize the view of themselves through competing with other women. So in this study, they found that if a woman was going to be in the presence of someone like a male crush or a male she was interested in, and she had a female acquaintance with her or next to her, she would try to dress sexier. She would want to be more sexy. And this is going on even here on social media. You'll see women trying to wear the low tops and skin tight items all the time. And it's just a part of male worship. It's you think that you have to do that along with your male identified language. Because anybody who doesn't speak logically about the dynamic between men and women, that's a dangerous woman. And so this is the competitiveness, this pick me energy. It's I will dress as loose as possible because I know this is going to get me male attention. And it's that kind of attention only belongs to the man who is courting you for marriage and the man who is your husband. When you want to wear something and the goal is yeah, I want you to think I'm pretty. I want you to think I look good. And it's interesting when you travel because you get to experience other cultures. And I live in the Middle East, and one thing that the women don't do is try to use their bodies to get male attention. And it's really eye-opening coming from a culture in the West that is so over-sexualized. And you realize the West has a lot of pick me energy. Sometimes you don't realize it till you experience other cultures, and here the women are picked for other things that we should be looking for. Do you come from a good family? You know, what's your value system? Do we share the same religious beliefs? Do you have a vision for your life? Are you respectful? Are you someone that is going to share my traditional values? You know, so it's something to think about as far as how we view our strategy for male attention and what type of attention we get when we do certain things. And, you know, I'm not trying to get any male attention because, you know, I'm old, married, and settled in. But, you know, I work with women on my platform. I'm very passionate about relationships, especially in certain communities where it's really, really looking bleak. But those of us who are feminine women, we desire relationships, and most women desire children and families, and they want to have that, and I want them to have that. So this is my breakdown of the I need to be the favorite girl, pick me energy. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. I want to come talk about Paris, and I want to show you guys some new fashion items and talk about some other things. So I will see you next time. Bye-bye.